Now let's write a bot in Python that will play tic-tac-toe using Selenium to interact with the web browser. First, let's import some libraries. Next, I want to code my own logger. We'll create a logger, which is an object belonging to the logger class. We use the basic config method to configure the logging. We give it the file name of a log file, and we set the logging level. Our next step is to create a handler object. This will handle the output of log information to the console. Now to formatting. Create a formatter object and pass it the prototype of the log string. Next, add the formatter to the handler using the setFormatter method. Now let's set up our driver. Now let's define a tags class for our XPath variables. And now let's do a little web scraping to make sure that our XPaths work. Now let's define a method called playTTT. Make a list called squares and put our XPath variables inside. Declare a variable called random square and call random integer. We want random square to be a number between 0 and 8. Then place an implicit weight after random square. The first thing we want to do is check for a winner. We're going to do this after each turn, so let's create a try except statement. The exception will be a no such element exception because the element we're looking for in the try block won't actually be present in the UI until after the game ends with a winner or a tie. Inside the try block, we need to use Selenium's findElement method to look for the winner element. Declare a variable called text and use the findElement method with .text to convert the web element into a string. We'll print this string to the console using our logger. We'll also save a screenshot of the completed game using the Save Screenshot method. Don't forget to close the browser. Our second try exception block is almost a copy of the first, except here we're looking for the tie element. Our third try exception block contains the real functionality of our bot. This is a random bot, so it's just going to select a square randomly. First, we need to ignore squares that are already marked by either X or O. So make a for loop with a range of the length of our squares list. Declare another text variable. This is going to be the X or O character in a given square. If text is O, we break the loop. If text is X, we break the loop. Else, we click the element and then we break. Let's call this method recursively by placing a call to it right after our else statement. Our exception will be an invalid session ID exception. We need this because, remember, the first thing we're doing when we call the playTTT method is checking for a winner or a tie, and if one of these two conditions are met, we close the browser. So even though the browser is closed and the game is over, the script will continue to run all the way through, and we'll get an invalid session error in our traceback. Let's finish this off with a main method and run this test script. Let's take a look at our logging information in our console. So the bot started out by clicking square 7. Then it moved on to try to click square 1, which was already marked by O. So it kept generating a random number until it found a square that hadn't been picked by O, or X. And finally, the game ended in a tie. If we want, we can also check the screenshot. So this demonstration is a little different from my usual demos. With test automation, we tend to know ahead of time what the app is supposed to do when the user takes a certain action. But that's not the case with a game like Tic Tac Toe. There's no way to know who the winner will be or when the game will be over until after the fact. And if we can't anticipate the timing of events, we can't write an automated test to check for those events. So this is not really an automated test, but I think it's a good demonstration of automation in general.